Season 3 of Halo Infinite was recently delayed, causing a mass outrage amongst fans. And it's got people questioning their faith in 343 Industries and in the franchise as a whole. But is this delay secretly a good thing, and is it actually something that we asked for? Well, those are the questions that I intend to answer in today's video. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. I really do appreciate it and it really does help the channel out. This video will be a bit of a controversial take, a bit of a hot take, so just bear with me on this one. But anyway, without wasting any more of your time, let's jump straight in. So of course, most of you are probably aware by now that 343 recently revealed their Season 3 Halo roadmap, and a lot of people were disappointed, myself included. The delay really did upset me. It's quite annoying knowing we've got to wait an extra 4 months, but there is stuff in between then. We get Forge in November, and I think Forge is really going to carry this game for a good while. And there's a few other things on the roadmap that I did think were pretty cool, that I am looking forward to. That is not me defending 343's actions, but I don't see the roadmap as an entirely negative thing. However, does the delay actually show 343's incompetence, or is this actually the exact thing that fans have been asking for? Infinite has had a plethora of problems since its launch. Big Team Battle was broken for 2 months, there's been a variety of other things, and 343 have been very slow to fix issues. There's been barely any content updates, at least through Season 1 there was almost nothing. You had the odd event here and there, but there really wasn't much added, and Season 2 hasn't been much better. There's still massive issues like desync and crosscore not even being a thing yet. A mass variety of different bugs kind of plague this game right now. There's a bunch of other features that fans claim are missing from the game. Things such as a proper career system, which would be massively appreciated if they were there. Co-op also didn't arrive at launch, there's barely been any new maps or modes, and a lot of the modes we have had have actually just been variants of pre-existing modes. Events have quite often been lackluster. So this had fans essentially saying that 343 should relaunch the game, or at least give it a soft relaunch, which is something they've yet to do, up until now. If you weren't aware, 343 has recently acquired a new head of live service at their company, and he seems like he has somewhat of an idea of what he's doing. Of course, his take on competitive Halo is a little bit of an odd one.
We're a very competitive game. That's our DNA. That's who we are, right? You go back all the way to the very first Halo, right? Multiplayer. I mean, it is a highly competitive game, and so.
But for the most part, it seems like he knows how to run a live service game. Season 3 has been delayed, but is this the soft relaunch that we've actually been asking for? Most of the stuff that is coming in Season 3 we know is pretty much already ready. The Bandit Rifle, the Shroud Screen, we're not too sure on the new maps, but a lot of the modes and features are pretty much done. Other than that, there's a new battle pass, and other things that come in that season are just sort of in testing. But for the most part, it seems like a lot of it is ready, and it makes you question, why isn't 343 just releasing it? We know Forge is already ready, and co-op, we've played it. Yeah, there was a couple of bugs, but for the most part, it was pretty flawless. So why doesn't 343 just drop them already? Well, I believe Season 3 is this relaunch, and I'm going to go over why I think 343 is delaying it. We know there's been broken promises since launch. I mean, Split Screen got cancelled, which is something they said wouldn't happen, and it's crazy that it has. We were also told that seasons were going to be 3 months each. Season 1 ended up being 6 months, and Season 2 was going to be like 10 to 11. And over this process, 343 have sort of been all over the place as a studio. The management has been pretty poor, and employees have been just trying their best to make sure this game is playable and in a good state. Of course, this hasn't always played out the best, but you know damn well a lot of them are trying the hardest. Over the course of Season 2, we've had, maybe 2 or 3 drop pod updates, none of which have added anything really substantial. And I do think a lot of that is just down to the fact that 343 at the time weren't prepared. But this delay makes sure that 343 can get everything ready for this next season and for any updates they need to do. Season 3 is only going to be about 3 to 4 months long. I think it's like maybe 3.5 months. And I truly believe they are going to stick by this deadline. Of course, they've let us down plenty of times, and the fact that I'm still holding on to hope is actually crazy. I think this new change in leadership with a live service will be very beneficial to the game. I do think 343 are going to meet these intended deadlines, and I know that might seem a bit far-fetched based on their track record, but I think this time they finally have somewhat of an idea what they're doing. I could be wrong, and this video could age horribly. If Season 3 is this relaunch, we know we're not going to have to wait anywhere near as long for new content to release. And again, Forge is going to carry this game for a good while, because Forge creators can always make new maps that 343 would hopefully add to matchmaking, which would make things feel less stale. We can also create a variety of modes due to scripting, and do some really crazy stuff. And once that arrives, it is really going to help out. Season 3 will be bringing a new weapon, a new ability, new maps, and a few other stuff, and then we don't have to wait anywhere near as long for Season 4 to arrive. At this point, we've waited a good while for the game to start to get fixed, and it is taking way longer than it should. So I fully understand why people would want to leave the game behind. I understand the frustration, and I share a lot of it. A lot of people that watch my streams know how angry I get with this game and with the company, even if a lot of my videos don't necessarily give that impression. There's a lot of things that I really dislike. I hate the challenge system, which is why I'm extremely glad that we're getting match-based XP, even if it is in beta testing. I know how stupid it sounds that match-based XP is in beta testing, but, you know, it is what it is, better late than never. It just truly seems like the company is starting to find its footing. I still believe there is a change in management that is necessary, and I don't believe this game is reaching its true potential yet. The truth is, us as fans asked for this relaunch. 343 are essentially doing exactly what we wanted. Not necessarily the way we wanted it or to the scale we wanted. Most people wanted them to relaunch it with some big massive features like adding playable elites with Invasion, or relaunching the game with some massive new modes with that new Battle Royale coming and all that sort of stuff. And that isn't exactly what they're doing, but they are relaunching the game in a way that will benefit it going forward. The game will become much more healthier in terms of its content and the frequency of its updates. Given just a bit more time, and I really do think we're going to see some massive changes with Halo Infinite. 12 months from now, it's probably going to feel like a completely different game, at least I hope. 343 have listened to fans in a lot of areas. I mean, they changed the whole art style from the thing they created just to bring sort of classic fans back and just to appease to fans. They made the gameplay of the game feel like a mix between modern and classic Halo, creating something that feels and flows amazing. They clearly care about this series, they clearly care about this franchise. I know this is a bit of a tangent and is sort of irrelevant to the topic, but I just feel like it needs to be said because I do have hope that they will turn this around and they will bring this game back in a pretty good way. Season 3 isn't necessarily going to be that big season. It might not even be Season 4, but as long as they can get some more consistency going ahead, as long as they can release updates more frequently, that will make a lot of people happy. And who knows, it might even bring some players back. We know there's still a lot of big things to come in this game's future. To tank it is going to hopefully be pretty huge. And once 343 start bringing out those necessary features, once crosscore comes and once desync is addressed in a meaningful way, once we have Forge and Co-op, once they start bringing back classic game modes like Infection, Juggernaut and a bunch of others, then this game will finally be turned around. It's going to take some time, but it'll get there in the end. I know this video is going to be looked at as like a pretty hot take and a lot of people are probably going to get mad. I just wanted to provide a different perspective on the matter. I know not everyone's going to agree with me and that's completely okay. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it and I'll catch you all in the next one.